Hello guys, welcome to our channel. I'm Alvaro.
I'm John.
And we run Alvaro con Wi-Fi.
I'm Kieran, I run In Lovely Blue, and the link to both of our websites are in the description.
So why are we doing this? One of the first things we want to do with this channel is just to find a little bit of the misinformation.
Effectively, whenever I watch a YouTube video, the boys expressed to me they wanted to start a YouTube channel, so I had a look at a bunch of the YouTube videos up on Cuba. Now, when I came here the first time, I didn't look at any of that stuff first. I looked at it after the fact, and it was kind of depressing. Everyone flies in for 2 or 3 days, they stay in a fancy hotel in Old Havana, they walk around Old Town Havana. It's about 3 or 4 blocks of ghetto. Like, oh, look at the poverty, aren't they poor? These poor struggling Cubans, here's a 100-cup note, which is like 1/6 of a beer, and they think it's big money. It's sad to watch. So I've come back to Cuba for 2 months. My lovely friends here are local foodies and know all of the best restaurants and bars on this island, and we're going to show you what Cuba's really about.
Exactly, I think Cuba has so much more to offer. We have an amazing culture, our music is fantastic, and our plan with this is just to go a little bit beyond just the beach in Cuba. You know, we want to show art, we want to show culture, we want to show amazing looking neighborhoods, we want to show all these amazing things that our country has to offer that is not being shown on these YouTubers that just pop in Cuba for 3 days and just show one little part of Cuba that has nothing to do on how big we are and how much we have to offer as a country.
And the diversity. Like, we're going to show you, musicians that you've never heard of that are fucking amazing. Now, you're never going to see them on Spotify because of the sanctions. You won't find them on the internet. You won't see them anywhere else. We're going to show you the stuff that, unless you know where it is and you actually get good advice, you will never find it.
And also I think just to show like all these Cuban businesses and like entrepreneurs and how much people are doing in this country, because there is so much like will to do in this in Cuba by so many young people that are willing to go around all the limitations that we have here in Cuba. And we also want to show a little bit of that as well, just show all these different kinds of young entrepreneurs here on the island are working really hard to do something different, and we also want to just go a little bit deep on this situation as well.
We're going to take you inside houses that are effectively large antique stores. We're going to take you into colonial mansions that have 5-star restaurants inside them that you wouldn't have even known were there, and amazing cocktails, far beyond anything you can imagine.
Yeah, and also, sorry, something that I want to show as well is that, this myth that you cannot find any food in Cuba, that we want to go and show you that you can buy Parmesan cheese, Serrano ham, all the beers that you want, liquor as much as you want, all these kind of things. Not only we're going to show you that we can, but we're also going to show you how to do it. So if you're in Cuba, you can access all of these things.
We're going to show you, the Cuban Uber Eats, the Cuban taxi app, so their version of Uber, which operates almost identically. You'll be able to get around the island anywhere you want. You'll be able to get any type of cuisine you want delivered. If you're a smoker, a vapor, you want a particular type of alcohol, you can have it come to your house, all at local prices, the same prices that everyone else is paying.
Right, so if you're wondering why you need to subscribe to this channel, the answer is pretty simple. We are going to show you the real Cuba. We are going to show you the things that you cannot find anywhere else, the insights about this island, the very specific things that you need to know before coming here.
And the reason that no one else shows you this is they simply don't know. They don't know that Cuba has an Uber Eats, or their version of Uber Eats. They don't know that there's a taxi app where you can get anywhere on the island because you can book it just like Uber. They don't know how to get 4G LTE on their phones by buying a SIM card at a shop. They don't know how to access the Wi-Fi without sitting in parks because, they read things on the internet that they've, from 10 years ago. Then they come to the island for 2 or 3 days and make a video about it as an expert. Well, here are actual Cubans talking about their island. They are experts.
I think something that, you know, since internet is kind of been around in Cuba for like maybe 5 or 6 years only, all these people coming here, and some of them they do have great intentions, but some of these people are just here for like only a couple days. So on the things that they're putting out there in the internet are just a small fraction on how things actually work in Cuba. But obviously, when people start googling, all right, so how is Cuba work on like all these little things, then the information that they're getting is not accurate. And I think for us as Cubans, just showing the real things, giving you the real way on how it works, is precisely what people need for coming to Cuba, because they're gonna get the real perspective in how it really works.
And they'll even get the real Cuban experience with all of the loud traffic and the constant reggaeton.
So if you want to get to know the real Cuba with us, click in the subscribe button.
Yeah,